Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
So this is Timothy and we are trainer for today. And we shall start by taking the roll call. Colin Sati.
Present.
Aisha Mohammed.
Present.
Rose Jakodwal.
Present.
Sharon Langat.
Present.
Shailomi Bethlehem.
Present, sir.
And Timothy Dombe.
Present.
Okay, so for today, so in our last lesson, for today, by today, we expect by the end of this lesson, you ought to know about this topology. There is mesh and tree. That is what we are going to talk today. So in our last lesson, we talked about the star and the bus topology. So somebody can maybe tell us what we had said about star topology. Yes.
In star topology, these computers are connected to form a star shape.
Yes.
So they're interconnected with each other, but they have a hub in the center.
That was a good explanation. We also talked about the bus topology. So maybe Madam Aisha.
Under bus topology, we talked about the transmission. Yeah, there's a bus that the computers are being connected on. Yes, exactly.
Yes, they come from they have a backbone.
Yeah.
They have a backbone. And then the computers are connected. I believe you will remember that.
Yes.
So today we are going to talk about mesh and tree topology, and we start with mesh. Maybe I request, because we ought to be active, I request one of the students to come and do it for us. Start by drawing the mesh. Madam Aisha. So that is very good of Aisha. As you can see, in mesh topology, each device in the network has a direct dedicated link known as a point-to-point link, as you see, from this point to this point, this point to this point, this point to this point, with each and every device. And it has got some advantages. One advantage is that there is faster communication between the devices. It is very reliable. Then security is enhanced. And another one is that addition of a device in the network does not affect the functioning of the whole network. So this is a very good kind of design. But still, it has got some disadvantages. Maybe Collins, can you guess? Try just doing a guess of one disadvantage.
One of the disadvantages it tends to be expensive. I think it needs more cables. Yeah?
Yes. There is the issue of the cost. It means that doing this connection can take you a lot of time and is so time consuming, and it takes a lot of cost. It is not cost effective. It is also very tedious, and it requires many softwares require many software because you must install the software here, here, and here, and here, and everything else makes it very expensive. That is the mesh topology.
Yes.
So we now move to the second point, or the second type of topology we are going to talk about today. It's called the tree topology. Maybe you can first just the way you are seated in class, maybe you can discuss with your neighbor before you can discuss. So I request one of you to come and share our findings, the findings that you've got to their neighbor, that is Sharon. Come and illustrate for us on maybe what your neighbor has told you. Thank you. So as you can see, in tree topology, it consists, this is called the root node. And then we have the branches. Then you have other branches that goes like that, as you can see, and you can have many more computers here. So that it forms something that we call a hierarchy from the top to the bottom. So I believe maybe the last thing that we're going to talk about today, before we call it a day, is the factors to consider when selecting a network.
College.
Holdings. One factor to consider when choosing and selecting a topology. Yes.
The costs of the topology.
The cost of installation and maintenance, that is one factor.
Yes.
Another factor. Yes.
The intended use of the block. The area to be used. The network to be used, yeah.
The area to be covered by the network. The proximity, whether they want to be near or they will be far away from each other. Yes, another one, Sharon.
Availability of transmission media.
Yes, that is good. That is good of you. Maybe Madam Rose, one point.
Can we talk about the stability? Because when we look at the bus topology, I, as Rosa, would choose tree topology over bus topology. In that, with the bus topology, once the backbone breaks, the network is down.
That is very good. That is a very good observation. And the stability, we ought to consider the stability in the network. So, yes, one more point.
Reliability.
The reliability, yes, is also a factor. Another factor maybe to consider. Has anyone talked about security?
No.
Security is also an issue that we ought to consider.
Yes.
In case of maybe, like now you've had, I know you all know about hacking. This is where a person can gain unauthorized access into the network. So you must be very sure about. You must be very sure of the topology that you are going to use will minimize the cost of threads and so forth. So maybe we can do a review. We've talked about mesh and tree topology and the advantages and the disadvantages. And maybe for your assignment, you can go and look about the advantages and the disadvantages of the tree topology. That is what you are going to start with in our next lesson.
Okay, thank you.